Hey friends, this is Mason from the Young Old Friends podcast. Today we are playing Gnorp Apologue. We are still, if you've watched episode 1, we are on the second prestige. We have 2.4 multiplier now. We have slammers, we have runners. We hit this rock to get shards to get knocked over here. And then we have runners that we have bought. And these runners that work for us, they go and throw into the stash, which allows us to buy more things. I have auto housing on right now, which makes it automatically buy housing. And this is how many Gnorps we have up here. We have 4 right now. We are going to, I'm going to turn auto housing off for just a moment, and we're going to try to get to 100. That way I can buy the House of Shards, which will let us buy archers, which will let us get fire on this rock. I can click the rock to get more shards from it, and the slammers are actually damaging this rock for us. If you've watched the Fill Up the Hole series, this is almost, it's very, very closely, it's in very close relation to that series. You can see our upgrades that we used from our tech tree on the side right here. On the right side, we've got popcorn. Fire damage has a range of 8 to 9 instead of 0 to 3. And then we have extra housing, so every 7th house builds us another free house. And then we have strengths in numbers. For every 4 employed Gnorps, we get a multiplier increase by 0.1, and you get 1 bonus Gnorp every 10 minutes. Unlocks auto housing, which is what we were using before. So every 10 minutes we get an extra Gnorp, and the housing allows us to have 2 more Gnorps than we would normally have. So I want to come over here. We almost have 100, which is when we're going to buy the House of Shards. We actually want that so that we can get our archers. The archers will set this rock on fire, do extra damage, and then with our, there we go, and with our upgrade here, the fire will actually go almost, hopefully even further, almost all the way to the stash, so that these collectors, the runners, don't have to go very far. Because to get a new prestige point, we have to get our collection speed up. Which, okay, there we go. Our collection speed up, and right now they're doing 45, and you can see the little runner next to him. That's just him collecting. And then here, the damage, this is my hand when I click on it, and then this are the slammers that are hitting it. So right now we're doing well more damage than we are being able to collect, but that's okay. We'll get there. We'll increase that. And then we have an archery range, which is 200. So for 200, we can get the archery range. We already have the 4 people that we need, but we do need 200 for the archery range, and then we'll need even more than that after that to have fire arrows. I'm going to increase the capacity and then add 2 more runners to our running area here. That way they can pick up more. And then while they're doing that, I'll click this rock, make it go a little faster. Let's see here. All right, so the Gnorps are actually collecting like 130-ish, 140-ish. They're doing pretty good. I'm still gonna increase their capacity here. I know I said I was saving up money, but we're just gonna go ahead and increase their capacity, because the more that they can bring over, the more money that we can have. And we need about 200, which we actually already have 100 again, so hopefully it won't be too long. Let's see. No, it'll be pretty quick, especially now that their capacity is increased every time they bring some snow or shards, whatever you want to call it, over to the stash area. It's actually gonna be pretty close. Okay, here we go. Boom, archery range. Okay, fire arrows are 650. So we need 650. That's our next amount here. We're actually collecting more than we're doing damage, so you're gonna have to definitely, hopefully the arrows are definitely gonna be helpful for that, or with that. There we go. There go the arrows. Damage is over 300. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So that's really helpful, and we have a 2.6 multiplier. We have 255 shards already. Our damage does decrease after the arrows hit, but that's fine. And we still have 3 people that we can use, but we're saving up for 650 for these fire arrows, which will actually add to our, and the fire arrows will actually add a lot of damage. And because of this upgrade over here, they will shoot way further. Because before, with the fire arrows, if you saw episode 1, it only came right here. Now with the fire arrows, instead of stacking up all next to the rock where the runners have to run the whole way over there, they will be able to hopefully just be right here in this area. And then the stash is really close, so that would be absolutely perfect for them. Okay, so now that we have 670, 680, 700 almost, we're gonna go over and buy these fire arrows. And if you haven't seen these yet, these fire arrows catch these on fire, and now with our upgrade, they shoot all the way over here. And they burn for a certain length of time and do quite a bit of damage. So now you can see that the collection rate is increasing because of how close they are to the stash. And then these fire arrows are just going to keep going off over and over again. And now that our damage is so high, we actually should probably start getting higher capacity and more runners. And I'm going to actually turn on auto housing here so that we can just start getting a ton of homes, because it's going to take a second to actually get Gnorps here. Okay, never mind. You know what? Let me just click as many as we can. There we go. I guess it was waiting for us to have enough housing. I have auto housing on. Buy houses when you have enough shards and you have fewer than 5 Gnorps. Ah, that's why. It's because we have too many Gnorps in the actual, too many of these Gnorps. That is why. Okay. That is fine. We're gonna start. Oh, our runners are actually collecting over 1,000. And we have one more prestige point here. So let's run over here and let us, we already have the fire. We don't want the ice arrows right now. We are going to actually get the propulsion lab and the rock analysis lab. So propulsion lab, we're gonna buy a bomber. We're gonna buy 2 bombers. And then over here, we want this weak spot discovery, which is 500 shards, but we are so close to it and we've just bought it. That will give us these weak spots right here every 2 minutes. And that is, I did click 4 weak spots there, so there's a ton there. But normally there's just 1 or 2. Now these propulsion guys, they propel themselves up in the air and then drop themselves right on the rock, do about 13-ish damage. And there's 2 of them. When they get close, there we go. There we go. So now because we have these guys, we can actually start getting a combo chance and allowing our slammers, these 2 guys right here on the ground that are slamming themselves under the rock, allowing them to do combos, which means every time they hit it, they have a 20% chance to combo, and this can stack. So now it's a 40% chance, and we're gonna have them do multiple jumps, and we're gonna buy more of these. So you see the jetpack going off, that means, oh hey, they're comboing. So they have a 20% chance to do that. The jumps beforehand are increasing their damage. So each jump increases the damage that they might do. And then the combos obviously are the same, or the damage, but they just hit it again instead of going all the way back. Now they can also meditate before slamming, which results in shards that fly further. Spend 4 seconds focusing pre-slam. I don't really care about that too much. The fire already brings it pretty far. Don't care that much about that at all. However, let's come look at this. Ultra boost, this is 150k. I think I'm good on that. Weak spot stuff, that's also pretty expensive. So let's go to the Cocoa Cafe, and then we'll also buy the robotics that we bought earlier. Might as well. The Cocoa Cafe will give us mountaineers, which will have them climb the columns of shards. I almost said snow again. Climb the columns of shards, and on the columns of shards, they will actually they'll actually be throwing the snow further out. So because of this, let me hit that critical there. So you see this mountaineer here with the hat on, he's throwing the snow further out. That's because right here, it'll increase a lot. And there's a compression event here, which will compress everything there when the pile grows too tall. So if this bar gets all the way to the top, that means it is too tall, and then a compression event occurs, which is fine. It's not a bad thing, but it would be nice to get this snow pile even closer over to this side with these mountaineers. And the reason that is because it increases our collection rate, which then helps us get a prestige point. So let's come look over here. We have 10,000 for a gun v rock. That will be okay for right now. Improved digging. They double the amount they dig. I just did that, so it should hopefully help a little bit already. So yeah, look at them jumping the stacks there. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. I think that that's working very, very well. They're moving them a lot, so that's fantastic. Our collection speed is 1.6, which is great. The fire's going off, which is making a lot of shards. Almost said snow again, right here. And our collection speed's great. These are drones in the robotics area, which are cool. However, they also spend 60% of the shards that they pick up as fuel. So, not super into that right now, because that seems like a lot. Now, the compression event isn't bad. However, I think I'm going to start buying more of these guys here, these runners. That way, let's get 10, and let's increase their capacity to 10. That way we can maybe start making a dent in all of this here. And I'm wondering if the mountaineers are actually going to get so close that they toss it directly into the... Yes, they are. Some of it is going directly into the stash. So that's interesting. That's awesome. I didn't realize that happened. Now our collection is a... Oh, we just got our second prestige point. Let me click this so that we can get above 4x. Because right now our multiplier bar is at 4 times. And let's get that all the way to max here. All right, now that that's max, I think... Oh man, we're still pretty tall. We definitely might still have a compression event occur. That's for sure. Which, again, that's fine. But we'll get there when we get there. Those arrows are fine. 10k for the gun. We can add some more jumps to that. Our collections are good. But it is getting pretty tall. We're getting so close to a compression event. We might be there in just a second. Oh, the mountaineer comes to the rescue there. He got us. Kind of saved the compression event there from happening. However, here comes even more snow. Remember, the compression event's all about... There we go. There it is. There's the compression event right there. So that is actually taking away every single thing on there, which kind of interesting. So it takes all of the snow away and then brings it back as a different color. That is interesting. Ah, so now the snow is extremely compressed and we have whatever that is. What the heck is that? I'm just touching it with my mouse. What is it? I've hit it so many times. If it was gonna go somewhere, you would think it would go somewhere. Okay. It does say up here that we've unlocked Zebellium collection. Oh, here we go. Spiky ball floating above the rock has been dubbed the Zebellium, and Gnorp scientists move to attempt collection of it. Requires new equipment, and that's going to cost. What does that do? All right, let's buy that. Ah, here we go. We're going to have a little hot air balloon boy go out and see if he can't figure out what the heck that thing is. See if he can collect it. Can I push him? No, I can't. I wonder if I can move this closer to him, though. Go over there. Go closer to the hot air balloon. All right, I guess it's like a little closer. So we're still doing a pretty high collection rate. Our damage is pretty high, but that's all. I also just hit that critical spot on there. I think that this is they're doing pretty solid because of the compression event. Instead of them holding a pile that's all the way up here, all 10 is compressed, or whatever it was, is compressed into a smaller area now. So we're gonna wait until the hot air balloon gets there. Collection is still... I think collection is still pretty good. We'll increase the combo chance to 60, increase the jumps to 5, and increase GNORPS to 7, or slammers to 7 here. I really would like to see what the heck this balloon is going to do here. Can't imagine it does a ton, but... Or, well, I guess maybe it picks it up, right? Because in the fill up the whole game, it doesn't... The balloons, like, drop trash. So here, I would assume that it's going to do something with the actual star or bellium. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Interesting. It's completely picked up the bellium, and when it picked it up, I can't tell if it's making the hot air balloon. Nope, okay. The hot air balloon descended, and it's almost like a black hole. That's what it looks like. It's like starting to become unstabilized and move around a lot. Interesting. Okay. And it's probably gonna have to bring it all the way back to this rock analysis lab, I assume, and then we'll see what the heck it does. So when I come back over here, let's hit this critical spot. Gives us even more. So we really should, now that I'm thinking about it, we really should increase our collection rate even more, because if this is compressed, if you imagine all this double, we still need to collect a little bit more. Or collect better, I guess I should say. So let's get 3 more Gnorps, 3 more runners. Let's increase the capacity by 2 more. And I think with all these runners, we should be doing quite well. The Mountaineers have decided it's time to come out here because it's getting a little too high for their liking. So they're finally going to make a showing, and they're going to start throwing some snow. But it has been a minute since they've been seen out here. However, our damage has increased quite a lot because of the slammers, so I'm actually going to increase this to 10 slammers in just a moment. Okay, cool thing. We now have it, the Zebellium, which looks like it unlocked a lot of things for us. So, for the Mountaineers, we have King of the Pile. There can only be one. If a Mountaineer starts digging while at the highest point of the pile, it is crowned king and digs twice as fast. The king can be crowned again up to 4 times for a total of 16x digging speed. Another coronation can be held 30 seconds after the previous one. The king will not rest as long as the pile is worthy of climbing. And then if we come here, looks like you can use a Zebellium on every single type. Usually when you land on something, there's only one impact. Time shift technology enabled by Zebellium makes that not so. Bombers now shift back in time after striking the rock, setting up an immediate consecutive strike. That is going to be really good for if we get this next, which is bombers gain a significant increase to ascent speed after bombing the rock while it is on fire. And you ignite the jetpacks there. Let's see, there's also bullet breath. You can put fire inside the mouth of Gnorp. What will the bullets do? The fire breath unlocked. Slammers will spray Gatling bullets on the 7th combo. This would be super good. Time shift delivery. Runners on the Arrow Maker want in on the timey-wimey thing that bombers do. Bombers with time shift impact will propel all runners and the Arrow Maker forward in time by 0.5 seconds whenever the effect occurs. That might be really good as well. Hits by grenades. The higher the pile, the bigger the smile. Mountaineers throw shards at 100% greater forward velocity when the pile is 70% on the way to compress. Directors have notes on how to be better. While active directors, I don't even know what that is. Bigger pile, start with 5 Gnorps. Passive reclamation speed is reduced by 20%, and the pile grows twice as tall before compression occurs. After having meditated, slammers deal +3 damage for every strike they do in their current combo. Slammers fly much further away after hitting the rock. And then Gatling balloon. Let's upgrade the balloon gunner with some added. So we don't have the balloon gunner yet. And then we have this. Super hot. Power of the sun in the palm of your hand. Fire deals 2.5 damage. Fire damage occurs 6 times faster. We should definitely get this, and then we should definitely get bullet breath. I think those are the two that we should get. I was gonna say get bathe in fire and ignite the jetpacks, but I think that these two, the bullet breath and the super hot, are gonna be a little bit better than what I was thinking. Let's look at the arrows though. Zib arrows spawn lingering energy, resulting in a 3x multiplier to the next 5 damage instances. Zib arrows deal no damage and leave behind no arrows. Okay, interesting. Oh, there's also rocket arrows now. A much needed upgrade to the standard arrow. All regular arrows become rocket arrows that deal 15 damage, up from 3 damage. Inherits the range of rockets. Unlike regular rockets, these arrows benefit from the multiplier and does not leave behind an arrow. Wait, we do have an academy now. Scientists at the Rock Analysis Lab have deduced that it is possible to infuse Gnorps with Zibellium. They believe the results is a psychic Gnorp that can lift shards with their mind. Ooh. Okay, this would be pretty sick. We need 64,000 though. That's kind of a lot. that is a lot, actually. And then we have the garden. Gnorps love flowers. Besides looking pretty, flowers may also have some utility that can be extracted through the combined powers of chemistry and Zibellium. Gnorps we need to cook. Interesting. Okay. And then here, we have combo powers. Zibellium enhanced skull caps ensured to provide a nice bounce or bonus for the slammers. During the combo, every third hit gets 5x damage with a range of 2 to 5 or 7 to 10 with meditation. If you can put fuel inside jetpacks, why can't you put fuel inside Gnorps? Slammers will now breathe fire on their 7th combo. Deals 30x slammer damage as fire stops the current combo. I think time... Oh, man. I don't know. I think the Gatling bullets would make that not as good. All right, we're going to hit all of those since we're here. All the critical strikes. And then we're going to look at this, see if there's nothing new there. Let's look here. There's one thing new. A Zibellium upgrade allows runners to teleport instead of walking. It may significantly cut down on delivery times if you have a lot of low range damage. Runners teleport to pick up and deliver shards. Teleportation time is 3 seconds and is reduced by all speed bonuses. Carrying capacity increased by 50% when teleportation is active and can be disabled. Allows runners to teleport instead of walking. Okay, so that could be good if everything's far away. This, until the next compression event, runners infinitely reduce. Yeah. What about this? Drone, dirty thrusters. The drone must have eaten something foul. Drones spill shards when descending, like a mountaineer with thrusters, but without a hat. Okay. And then we have adaptive learning on that as well. And adaptive learning. Baby drones deal damage based on their current tier, but perhaps they could learn a thing or two from slammers. I'm not gonna, I don't know, maybe the drones are like super overpowered, but I'm just not using them right now, and that's just what it is. Because I'm not gonna use them right now, because I'm just deciding not to. We're so close to 3 here, I think I'm definitely gonna kind of go in on runners. Increase runner speed by 1 pixel per second. How good is that? Oh my freaking gosh. Quite good, actually. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Let's just go ham on the amount of people and the collection. So now we have 20 runners. We're just going to increase that as much as possible. Kind of get as much collection as possible. That way we can get 3. And once we get 3, I think we just prestige again. I think we immediately prestige again once we get 3. And we're pretty close. Oh, come on. Let me just hit this so that they have more stuff to pick up. Yes! Okay, cool. We're going to prestige. Oh, and I didn't even have the bar completely full. So now we're prestiging. I don't know if we keep our compression event. I assume not. Because we don't really keep anything else. Alright. Let's get to starting. And what we're going to buy here is... Oh. Interesting. Okay, they are still there. But I guess every single time that we reset, we can actually change this from something that, like, change our previous one to a different one. That's cool. So we're going full fire build here. We're going to ignite bombers. We're going to have the fire deal way more damage, and we're going to have bullet breath, which If you can put fire inside the mouth of a Gnorp, what about bullets? While fire breath is unlocked, slammers will spray Gatling bullets on the 7th combo, so we do have to get that the fire bullet, and that's fine. Okie doke, everybody. We will continue this in episode 3. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.